welcome, welcome. Hopefully I don't accidentally click something I'm not supposed to. Whoops! I was having some trouble setting things up. It's mainly actually just my controller. I actually have to have it connected to kind of like a charging source. And whatever I was trying to connect to it, it was like stubbornly not connecting properly. Maybe if I just get one of those Bluetooth, like put it on a pad or like a charging station, maybe that'll like solve that problem. But as of right now, I managed to, you know, find a failsafe. So I'm able to play. I'm so used to playing with the controller too that I think it'd be really weird if I didn't. No boys today. I also haven't I think they're all busy. My computer, calm down. This game isn't even that crazy. So no boys today, as I was saying. If we were to talk about anything, which means like the demos and stuff like that, it'll be if anyone joins me on the stream and if anyone, I guess, is chatting at least. What? Stumbling on a large log behind my house. Who's Grog? Giants forget human, can't enter village. Come to village, I open for human. Okay. So as of my thing, it is raining a lot here. I don't know if anyone from at least America, you know, is aware. California is being hit pretty hard. So luckily I'm not in a place that's getting like really hammered. Starfruit! I totally do not remember what I was doing. But it's been raining quite a lot, and you know, it's actually pretty nice. Oh, I think I put all my ingredients inside. Crazy. That's a fireplace. Now I can sell this bad boy. And you know what? It's just one of those days. I had a warm cup of soup. And life is pretty gosh darn good. Selling this bad boy. I have to go to... I'm gonna see if I can knock a bunch of birds with one stone. I actually need that. Compost is indeed useful. Stop holding stuff! How am I supposed to talk to people like this? There we go. Oh, someone wants me to chop down a tree behind. It's not that. Bon, you're looking extra fluffy today. I think it's this. Let's just ignore the giant rock. Well, I took care of it. So excited. So last time we did... Actually, we accomplished a whole chunk of stuff. I found the Earth Giant. We saw mermaids for the first time? Crazy. So, well, that is not a gem that I've seen before. So we actually did quite a bit in terms of narrative. And we're like halfway through summer. Next time we see the mermaids, we should be able to talk to them. So I do not care about that. I like loot. Am I like understanding? Why are you telling me something is new? Well, I'm leaving you. Goodbye. See you later. Oh, hold on. I forgot I need to click that in order to see that. And we're back. Oh, that's a fly. Oh, and that's someone. Hello. Oh, the water gate. It's okay, Scott. I got it. Don't you worry. Hear me. I've messed up again. Okay. I'm off to the museum to dump a bunch of stuff, and then we're gonna go to the eastern side of town. Because that is where the giant village is? I love that they're called giants, but they're tiny. Apparently I already donated that. Oh yeah, and the museum being ginormous. It's pretty crazy. I'm so thankful that this is right next to it. I'm just gonna sell the rest. Sell, 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 sell. Reminded me of, oh man, that's like, I don't know if it's old or not, but my mind just went to Bill Nye the Science Guy. Where it's like, Bill, Bill, Bill. Those were good. Those were good days. I don't know whether or not kids these days get Bill Nye the Science Guy, but he was pretty cool. That's the nice thing about science. It's very foundational. It doesn't really change. So technically you could show kids Bill Nye the Science Guy, and it should technically be the same thing. They learn correctly. Okay, this stuff is driving me insane. I can't be having all of these all over here. No, thank you. As a matter of fact, if you get in my way, these plants, I will just chop you down. I was just at the... Did I expect to get this many fossils? No. Am I upset about it? Kind of. But really? No. It's whatever. Oh, here we are. We came to the correct place. Grog! Psst, woman. You're very tiny. Where? You're human. I don't remember. I gave him a voice last time. I don't remember what he sounded like. Come, chieftain, forget human can't enter village like giant can. What did that just remind me of? Oh. So Grog opened way for human. You're gonna move a giant tree. He's doing a little dance. Uh-huh. Yeah, how's it working out for you? Human no can watch. He's feeling embarrassed. Human go back. It's gonna go off screen and then giant rumbling noises. Okay, he's feeling shy. Oh my god, it's working. Yeah, take me alive. Hey, I was trying to be polite, okay? Oh, so why did you open your eyes? Don, okay, that's rude. Oh, this is cute. Each one of them has their own little hut. Be all the way over there. I'm sure they have names. Okay? You can't be the only Grog, okay? There has to be other... Grog can't be, like, the Earth Giant and also be known as Grog, okay? There has to be other names. Okay, Grog is sad. Grog forgot. Grog says Grog a lot of times. Grog will make tools better. In order to... Okay. Goom goom human. Goom goom! Now I can enchant tools? Nande? Nani? Okay. Yeah, it's just gonna need a dinosaur skull. It's like, what? Okay, when at least 2 giants are freed. Oh, I could go inside his house. Hello, it is I. Very cute house. I wonder if I can barge into the other places. They're currently unoccupied because they're stuck in a mine. Ah, they're like... It's magically sealed up. You are only allowed to trespass once the giant is in the house. Okay, I said hello. I did my dues. He's got like 4 masks. I just saw that. They've got different colored puffs. I wonder if that's for the seasons. Okay. Time to see what this baby can do. I don't know what that was. Oh, interesting. No water drain? So that just means... Swift swing. I wonder if this is random. Nice. Oh, they gave one for each one. Mighty! It's really nice. Oh, I don't have eggs. Or papayas. And I did that. Claim that reward. I still have to send that man a lot of vegetables, specifically. Can't believe it. I get here and he's already demanding me, like, my best produce. What kind of guy does he think he is, demanding all these things from me? Oh, these are weeds. Got him. Looks like this way is still kind of... I got a detour! Wait, that's a flower. Okay. We still have quite a bit of... Butterfly? Yes. Come in my direction. No! Got him! As I was saying. We still have quite a bit of health, so I think we should just go to the underwater. because now we have the translation suit, which apparently I didn't realize that there was different languages being spoken, but I guess that's reasonable to surmise. I think maybe I should just teleport myself underwater. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to... Got it! A violin beetle! Look at this dude! Looks like... looks more like a banjo than a violin, really. Okay, I need to remind myself how this works. Donated offered, donated offered. So I just have to donate that one guy. And then we'll be able to go ahead with what we're planning on doing. Carpenters. I am just a wreck. Okay, where am I going? I think I have to cut across here and then go down. Oh! That was actually way closer than I expected. Donate item. Get in there, little man. I'm gonna sell the rest of this. Luckily, these are just some, what is it? Waypoints away. I have yet to, find any silver. Oh, I did it again. Can I not lock in, like, the place that I need my sword? Like the, what is it? The order I put my, oh, and I need to water. Lovely. I should have more than enough time. For these sunflowers to grow, because I think that's the last thing of spring I need. Oh, I should probably order something to grow in 8 slots, whatever is the cheapest. I'll just get that. Please. Please. Ben. Don't... I don't even know why he's walking that way. It's closed! I guess, you know... I'm going in anyway. It's closed. It's unfortunate. Okay. On to diving then. Just a bunch of trash. Oh, that's a dragonfly. Everyone's having fun. Oh, I hate mosquitoes with a burning passion. One of the truly most useless creatures. I guess the only thing they're useful for is causing mass deaths via sickness. The rest is truly, I guess it's also a food source, but let's be honest. Almost everything else that eats, or anything that eats mosquitoes, will inevitably eat other things as well. If it's eating bugs, it's gonna eat other stuff. Okay, so... that's a seahorse. Got him. Okay, so... still forgot a little bit what's happening here. We're underwater. I think within the silver vein... Sorry. Within the water, cave, I think it will now have silver ores. And then, you know, the more deeper I get down, I think the harder it is to actually get rid of this trash. So that's when you need to upgrade stuff. So this is very balanced, I would say. Because it's still not impossible to do this, it just takes more energy than normal. Oh, I think with the upgrade I just did too. Because before these used to take me minimum of like 2 swings. I think now some of them are doing 1 swings only. Oh, it is so satisfying to get rid of oil on a white sandy beach. So we're missing 1. It should probably be here. Here it is. There we are. I've gotten rid of everything. I've cleaned it all up. Alright, let's do this, and then I can descend further down. It looks real nice. That's still here. That should have gone away. Well, maybe it's... No, I think that should have gone away. I don't know if that's a bug or something. Because normally it clears up 100% within the area I'm working in normally. What time is it? Okay, I got you. Just give me a little more time. Are you just gonna automatically drag me out? I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay, we're leaving, we're leaving, we're leaving. I get it. Thank you. Bye-bye. We'll see. We'll come back later. We'll come back tomorrow. Oh. See a little visual glitch. 11's a little late to visit anyone, so let's go back. I will say, I think I've recovered quite a bit from losing all that money. Now, obviously, it's not a significant amount to gain back, but... Oh, dehydrator. What that's gonna do. Oh, I will say, look how small of an amount I make. Did it just take my star fruit? Excuse me? How? Chicken. Oh, this is necessary. How dare a ghost do that? I'm a little confused. Did they... Oh, I need a piece of glass. Whoop. I could only make one. We're going to in there. Oh, I have 22. I'm just not smart enough to do this right. I should put the glass here. And then we're gonna take this guy. Okay, that's done. We have a little bit of silver, but not enough to do anything with. We donated him. There we are. Oh, my little sunflowers are ready. Oh, I got a gold sunflower. Now I definitely need... Okay, we're gonna hold on to our gold boy. We're gonna sell you. And we'll hold on to one. I'm excited. Is this the last thing I need? Find out in a second. We're going straight back because I have that, and luckily I don't need to sell that. Wee woo coming through. I need un bronze, please. Please. And luckily I have two. Okay. I'm panicking, but that was the last one. So we're panicking slightly, but in a good way. Panicking in a good way. Here we are. I unlocked tomato. Did I not have tomato seeds? Maybe not. Fall season. Ooh, there's orchids. Ooh, figs too. Oh, I'm so happy they do have winter loot. Yeah, I haven't gotten any of those yet, unfortunately. Oh, hold on. I need information. Okay, well this, it is way too late to plant these, unfortunately. It'll have to be for next year. Sounds good. Let's really quickly go over here. Kid, it's the... You should... If you're scared, run away. Honestly, you're right. I don't even know what I'm doing outside. I do not water. This is one plant that does not need watering. I like the sound of the rain. Just going to pick up some extra things to sell. I think the flowers growing in the wild are a nice touch, especially if one of the items you can craft is a bouquet. Oh, they're already... Okay, they're open. Perfect. It just makes more sense. Oh, shoot. It's not here that I need. Though it still would make sense to have, like, you know, a blacksmith crack open a fossil. But I guess in this case we're not cracking open fossils. We're gently... What is... I don't even know what it's called. We're gently... revealing them? Is that a good word to use? Okay, we are here. We are ready, Freddy. again, I keep clicking the incorrect things. Oh, we got ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go take both. I think both of those were new. I think I have to worry about myself. My stature in game is not as short as my stature in real life, but gotta be careful. Us short folks will get blown away more easily. Ship it. Well, as we're in the middle of doing this, I'll give a little quick rundown on how the Steam Deck Fest seems to be doing. There was a lot of games. I guess to say for me, there was less games that I liked versus like there was a lot more Zack style games, meaning like there were a lot more like deck building games in this next fest. Some of them looked really good, but then I was also like, I don't have the energy to play these specifically. Because I'd rather just like, look for the games that I potentially want to buy. I'm already occupied by what is it, Genshin's card game. So I don't think I need any other card games at the moment. But I found like a good couple that were pretty fun. They were mainly like management-ish games. There was one that was like a coffee version of Overcooked. That was really nice. Well, I mean, not to say it's really nice. It was good for what it was, though it needed more polishing. Sea salt. I guess there's tiers of sea salt. And so that was pretty fun. There was actually like an idle, I don't know what they're called, focusing game. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing here? Because I'm kind of stuck now. Oh, am I supposed to go into here? Hello, anyone here? Anyone home? Am I missing? Am I supposed to go? I think I'm supposed to go down. Oh, I can now fast travel through here, kind of. Oh my god, it's so big. Okay, we're going around, I guess. Yeah, so there was like an idle focusing game that was really nice. Honestly, funny enough, I'd probably buy that out of everything. Just because normally I wouldn't have expected to like a game like that because it's very subjective in terms of like the art style. Oh. Don't worry about it. I saw the thing for the most part. The animation. Cherry Stone Clam. I like all these names. So happy there's much more silver sea kelp here. Oh yeah, there was that. There was one that was like a D&D game. Or the game mechanics were D&D. So that one was pretty good, but it was very much in a pixelated style. Trying to see what else there was. Oh, there was one that was definitely my speed, which I actually had like wishlisted prior. It's like a Culinary Witch or something. I don't remember the title exactly, but it's kind of pixel art style where you're a witch whose, craft is food. And you just like move to a new city. So that's pretty my speed. And it was pretty good. You don't sleep in the game, apparently. So apparently witches in that game, sleep isn't a thing for them. Which is kind of fun. To not be bound by a sleep schedule. But normally, you know, having the day or going to sleep usually allows for like a type of progression. But we'll see. Maybe it was just okay, gotcha. A Welk. Sir Welk. You're coming with me. Thank you, sir. Okay. I think we'll just take a minute to relax and take in the serene underwater noises. Man, I do remember, funny enough, like being in Target and having a music station. And it was usually like calming sounds to listen to. And then like the ocean waves would sound, or it's like the Caribbean Ocean. Or something like that, and then, like I said, ocean waves would sound. Twilight Gardens. With, like, fireflies or whatever. It's pretty good. Oh, that looks gnarly. I wonder if this is supposed to be kind of all like... Okay, thank you, goodbye. Like oil. Well, sir, I can assure you, I do care about you up there, but, at the same time, I've got a lot of stuff to clear up over here, so... I will say the noises of that are like this high... Wait, what? Oh, it's like you've gone too far. You're almost out of energy. I'm just gonna clean up here. Okay, that's enough for today. We'll save that tomorrow. Exit diving. Oh, is that a jellyfish I could have captured? Whoops. Okay. I think the illegal lady, she's not illegal, but like she's selling illegal stuff. She should be, is she out on Wednesdays? Let's go take a look. I have a decent amount of money at the moment, so... Her boat is not here. Maybe tomorrow. I think a good number of people should be in the tavern. Ooh, I have a full inventory. Well, luckily for me, I don't think I actually need to pick up anything else. Oh, there's actually not that many people. Do you think it's because it's raining? Hello, Ben. Oh, he's leaving? Heck yeah, sharper tools. Man, there are flying objects. Not here. Man, my mind just skipped ahead like 25 spaces. There was a pretty bad windy day like 2 days ago here. Now, if it's just... To be honest, I really like wind, but, you know, when it hits a certain threshold, it becomes kind of scary. Reasonable, I think, you know, when it's like the trees are swaying kind of violently. Anything in extremes, it gets kind of scary, right? Extreme rain, extreme heat, Extreme winds. Oh, I forgot. We're gonna need to donate this one guy. This one lad. Just got a message. So many people messaging me. That's not true. It's work people messaging other work people. We need uno más. Uno? Uno? Uno. Uno más. More. I just said one more. I need one more item in order to get a reward. So we're going to sell. No, Chief, that's not what I wanted. Bring it back. Oh, I completely forgot to go to the seed shop. As we could tell, I get very distracted very easily. Oh, nice. I told that kid to get inside the house, and he's like, Roger that. We became best friends. Thank you, Zack. I appreciate the, you know, such honest words. It's going pretty okay. It was raining pretty hard here, so I was like, and there's not much to do. My workload is still kind of like light-ish. I heard your work has been busy. Got a busy bee. Gonna sell. I have finished my demos. Have you? And I even like went and got, you know, played more demos. So. Oh, it does have. There is a dash. There was a dash at the beginning of the game. I just never remembered to use it. Now I'm using it. I'm a pro. Don't you know? I think I need to hold on to this boy. You think you have 4 demos left? How have they been so far? You don't have to tell me specifics. You could just be like... Because we could talk about the specifics later. You could be like, overall pretty good. Mine have been pretty decent. Silver kelp, I think. Here we are. Oh, okay. I would say that's pretty reasonable for you, right? Though I haven't like kept track of your wish list to game demos played ratio, so I'm not actually sure how much, how crazy that is for you. Crazy or not crazy, that is. Here we are, I have my full base covered now. Last time I said I've had a ratio of about 40%-ish. Okay. Oh, that's... Okay, so this is way less than what you would normally wish list. That's pretty interesting, because I thought this was like... This Next Fest was mainly like you games, you know? But who knows, maybe if they're... Even if it is like, even though a lot of them were... What is it? Deck building games, maybe your standard for deck building games is so high that you're just like... Eh... Was it good? Mamma mia. Oh, okay, so more like stuff. Okay, stuff you're gonna keep your eye on. Reasonable, reasonable. I don't know how many of them were like in early access versus like ready to release. Yep, we were planning on doing that later anyway. That's good. Well, hopefully you'll be able to finish your demos in a timely manner. Like I said, I know I heard work was busy. This is where I want to go. I don't. Are you still on your journey to find like the greatest, deck building game ever, or did you like settle on something kind of? So you already did that. Do that. A well also sounds pretty nice. Wow, that's actually pretty easy. Ooh. Okay, so nothing has surpassed. So stone 60 10 1. 60 10 1. 60 10 1. Because I'd seen some cool ones, at least for like the, what is it? Videos that they posted, right? About their, and I was like, these look pretty nice. But that's only from like a visual standpoint, so. Don't know about the actual gameplay. I've taken one. Need 69 of that and only 10 of this. And I don't have that much. So we'll do. If you're here, I'll get on voice chat, but I remember you being like, you're busy, and I was like, no one else ever joins me anyway. So if you're here, I'll get on. Here, let me. Okay. I'm totally down. Hello. Yeah. Customary. Customary. Thank you.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Because like when I says to you, I think it was even earlier today. Time is getting away from me. When I says to you that uh I'm like super busy this week, it's more just like you know me. It's like I want it. Like I shoot for like 50 demos or more. You know what I mean per next fest, and it's just like how spoiled rotten am I that I'm complaining about not having more free time during my 40-hour work week, you know? So
Yeah.
I can't necessarily complain, but it does lead me to a position where it's like I get off of work and I'm tired, so it's like I kind of want to just take a nap and watch YouTube. But then like as soon as I like lay down, I'm like, oh, but I gotta play demos though. So,
Oh,
which
I
is a
feel that
nice
a little
feeling to
bit.
have because you know how much I love the next fest, but at the same time, I'm like, ugh. It does suck a little bit because I don't know if you saw, but the next fest doesn't even have a quick link on the front page of Steam anymore.
Did it already move? Really?
Well, no, it's because Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel has their
Oh,
second anniversary
yes.
event today. So it's just for today that it doesn't have the front page thing. But still, it's like, okay, well, that kind of stinks a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can kind of see what you mean when you were saying, when you says that, like, oh, like this feels like, would have like a lot of me games or whatever. And I don't know, because obviously, like, I've made jokes in the past about how, like, oh, this next fest is all Saba games because it was all like farming sims
Farming
and stuff.
sims, yeah.
But like the thing is that like I can see where a lot of these games would seem like Zack games on the surface because they're like roguelikes or deck builders or roguelike deck builders or platformers or Metroidvanias, you know what I mean? And these are all the things that are normally my bag. But at the same time, I'm going through like a lot of the demos that are on offer, and I'm actually seeing an overwhelming number of things that are just kind of like first person like pseudo generic action game. You know what I
I
mean?
will
If
say
that
I
if that
did
makes
see
any
like a
sense.
couple of like Hades like games as well. Like kind of
And I
designed
and I
and
played a couple even, and they're fine.
yeah, I'm like it's hard to
the
live up to that, especially when your art style is also similar. Like it feels a little weird. But
Yeah.
like one of them was like pirate themed, and I was like, that's pretty dope. Cool for them.
There's a lot of them that I want to just kind of like show off at some point, which obviously won't be now since you're streaming. But um,
Tell me.
some of the ones like what was it? Like I think my do you remember me sending you a video? Would have been a long time ago, like before I even like had gotten. I think it was like even before I got my job at the Red Cross. Like that's how long ago it was. But I
Mm-hmm.
believe I sent you and Grant a video from a game called Wolf Strider where it was like giant mechs fighting each other and it had this like awesome black and white like hand drawn art style. Does this ring a bell?
Maybe mechs. Like I few and far between I've seen stuff about mechs, so I probably remember a little bit, yeah.
Okay, well, let me get
I can't believe I'm spying on this like couples fight kind of. Apparently she doesn't like words of affirmation.
There you go. Okay.
And I've left.
Good riddance to the warring couple. Here you go. I'm just gonna DM this to you. Like you might recognize it, you might not. It doesn't matter really. It's just the the main thing with Wolfstride is that it has like
Ooh, yeah.
it's from an indie studio that has almost perfectly mastered the like Gurren Lagann esque Gynax art style. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Very very high quality art, great music, and dude, like I love the names of things in Wolfstride. So like for example, every mech that you can play as has like a set of like super abilities that you can use, and they all have like perfect thematic names associated with them. So
Mm-hmm.
like for example, one of the mechs is has this like mechanic where every time you use an ability, a slot wheel spins, and by using certain abilities, you can respin the same wheel in order to try to get like a jackpot or whatever. But one of the special abilities is like if you have triple sevens, which would obviously normally be a jackpot, you can use the ability Jackpot Crash, where instead of cashing in on all that like all these buffs and money and stuff, you can instead take the literal UI element on the screen, ball it into your fist like brass
Whoa.
knuckles, and punch your opponent in the face. And if you kill them with it, because it deals a random amount of damage, so if you kill them with it, you get all of those buffs twice. And it's like, God, that's such a cool mechanic. But anyway, the reason I
That
bring
is
it up
pretty
is
dope.
because the reason I bring it up is because that studio is making a new game, which is a roguelike deck builder. called,
Oh, so you kind of
yeah.
already have something to look forward to.
Yeah, it would like I says before. It's like normally with Next Fest stuff, I wish list wish list the stuff where it's like I am like as of right now I am going to buy this when it comes out, right? And normally it's like, you know, normally it's a much higher ratio of things that I'm doing that to. And this is like one of the few that I've wish listed so far. But it was very fun because I thought I was going insane. I loaded up this demo because it was one of the highest rated of like the roguelike deck builders, and and I loaded up and I was like, wow, this is a great art style. It feels really familiar. It's almost like Gurren Lagann. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But then the main character of the card game is a character by the name of Foam Gun, right? And I was like, Foam Gun? Where have I heard that before? And then I remembered back from Wolfstride that the like ruler of planet Earth is this like space admiral named Foam Gun. And it's like, wait a minute. All of Wolfstride takes place on a single planet, whereas this card game you play as Foam Gun as they try to conquer the entire galaxy. And it's that's like a really fun dynamic there with like the world building. I love the idea of this like godlike, uber powerful, you know, person. It's just the main character. Like I thought that was really fun. But yeah, the game itself is it's pretty fun. Once again, I feel like I've tasted ambrosia, and now I can't really settle for anything less when it comes to you know roguelike deck builders and stuff. Because the game is pretty okay, and obviously it's like really early. Like it's not even coming out this year. But at the same time, it's like I do feel like the majority of the game's like pitch is just, dude, look at our crazy good art style, which is enough for me. Like I'm going to get it, but at the same time, it's like the main like gimmick that they have beyond the art style and stuff is that you can take certain cards in your hand and combine them together to make a third card, or at least like a third like base type of card. So like for example, you have this one basic card called Scrap, which gives you like block for the turn, and then you have this other one called Trash, where the trash is literally just cloned humans, and the idea is that you just load them all up into your gun and shoot them at the enemy. Right? But if you take Trash and Scrap and mix them and combine them together, it turns into Meatball, where the idea is that by mashing the metal from Scrap with the trash, which is literally humans, it turns into this giant ball of ambiguous viscera that when you shoot it at your opponent, it deals more damage than either one would have done individually, which is kind of neat. And it's like, once again, it's a demo, right? But it almost feels like the demo is less of a, hey, try out the game and see if you want to buy it, and more of a like proof of concept, I guess, you know? But with that being said, I'm still very much happy with it. So yeah, there was that one. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that was particularly good? Kill It With Fire 2 has a demo.
I saw that. I didn't
now,
say
I will say it's the same game, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because the game, I don't know how to explain it. You remember how, like, when we were playing Kill It With Fire 1 for Lawrence's birthday, the game it started getting kind of weird, where it's like you would find like a secret bunker in the house, or you would find like a weird like piece of equipment hidden in a wall or something like that. Apparently there's like a secret ending to Kill It With Fire 1 where it reveals that you were in a simulation the whole time, and now you're in like the distant future.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like what the heck? Like that's crazy. So Kill It With Fire 2 kind of starts with that premise immediately, where you start in the same house as in the first game, but when you look through the window, you realize that the window is trying to project a hologram of what the outside of your house originally looked like. But if you look closely, like in between the pixels, you can see that you're just in a warehouse. And it's like,
Okay.
that's really weird. And so obviously you start destroying the environment because that's like the fun of the game, right? To kill the spiders. But then as you're destroying the environment, you start smashing windows and breaking down doors, and you like leave your house into the warehouse, and you look up and you're like in space in the middle of like a space station where there's like a billion ships flying overhead.
Okay, well,
And
this
the
is all
last thing that I
reasonable.
well, and that's the thing, right? Where it's like, okay, so it's clearly they just took the wackiness factor and cranked it up to 11. But hey, I think that's okay. I didn't wish list it because once again, I never went back to finish Kill It with Fire 1. But at the same time, like Kill It with Fire 2 is like fine. I think that would be a
Like, it's
really
something I'd
fun
like to
thing.
see maybe. It's like a game. It's not like a game I imagine you would just want to play with yourself. Like, you'd want it to, like, be part of, like,
I mean, I'm
the
not gonna
spectacle of the
lie.
full game.
As soon
What?
as I saw Kill It with Fire 2, I was like, what are the chances that I could convince Lawrence, apropos of nothing, to come back on stream for his birthday?
That would be
And
really
I don't
funny.
know, he probably wouldn't appreciate the joke, but I do think it would be funny as hell. um,
I agree.
oh, Lightyear Frontier. This was the one that we saw during one of the Nintendo Directs. It was the trailer that they showed during. I like that arch, by the way. That's a nice that's a
It's
very appealing stone
yeah.
arch.
It looks like it's supposed to be like too short, but no, it works. It's nice. I like it.
Lightyear Frontier was the thing where the trailer made it look like a farming sim, but you're in a mech.
Yes, I remember that.
So when I downloaded it, I was like, okay, this feels like a decent middle ground between a game that I would enjoy and a game that Sabo would enjoy. Because I was like, okay, it's like a farming sim, but at least it's interesting because you're in a giant mech or whatever. It is not that. Well, it's almost not that. It is essentially a survival game, like you're just kind of pseudo generic survival game. But the gimmick is that A, the game looks pretty good, and B, you're in a mech. Because
Okay, so it's about like the mech. It's mech heavy, kind of.
well, needless to say, the mech is one of the more important parts of it. Yes, but like how do like
Oh, it's not ready. Okay.
they do some stuff that's like really interesting. Where like your very first quest line in the demo is to go around picking up all of the discarded attachments that you can have, which are like the different tools essentially. But the tool you start off with is called a spike saw. And I was like, okay. And so by right clicking, your character briefly revs up the chainsaw and starts cutting down trees and stuff. And you're like deforesting massive sections at a time because you're in a mech. And it's like, oh, that's really cool. And then I walk over to a stone and it says press left click. And guess what? The like bit that was going down the middle, like that the chainsaw was like embedded into, that is a pile bunker. It's just a spike. It's when you left click, it just goes into the rock. And I was like, wow, that's like really aesthetically cool. And I liked it a lot. And so I ended up playing like, I don't know, I want to say like an hour and a half of Lightyear Frontier. And I don't know, maybe it's just because it was a demo, or maybe it's because it's not a genre that I'm particularly interested in. But I did find myself getting kind of bored at a point because it's like, well, why am I like the purpose of playing a survival game, like a survival crafting farming sim, is like, you know, to build out your stuff and get more efficient and, you know, just kind of have fun.
Yeah.
But the second that I ran out of like objectives, like things beyond the intrinsic action of farming or building or collecting resources, I was like, why am I here? and I ended up stopping. So yeah, I don't know. I wish Lightyear Frontier the best, but it was fine.
Okay.
That was that. I mean, I guess I could talk about it. There was a game that I played specifically because I thought Grant would like it, and I ended up having a good time with it too. It was a game called Beat Slayer.
Nice. Sounds a little bit like Beat Saber.
Very similar, I guess, in the sense that like it's very music heavy. If anything, the game is most similar to Hi-Fi Rush, because in Hi-Fi Rush, that's a
Oh,
character
okay.
action game where you're supposed to do your character action stuff to the beat of the song, and you get like
Mhm.
huge rewards for staying on beat. It's kind of like Crypto the Necrodancer, right, from way back when. So Beat Slayer is kind of the same thing, but it's like this is like one of the ones that you probably saw that was like a Hades like, where it's a rogue like isometric character action game, but I don't know. There was only one track in the demo. Well, that's not true. There was one track and then there was a boss track. But it's real good, you know. Because that was one of the problems I had with Hi-Fi Rush was that depending on which
Nice.
soundtrack you use, because you can either do. Do you want me to stop since you're doing a?
No. I like kind of accidentally clicked to leave, even though that's not what I wanted to do. I was like, nice,
Ah,
good job, me.
um, the God, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, that was one of the problems I had with like the early part of Hi-Fi Rush, and I do want to go back to play it again. But like, depending on which soundtrack you're listening to at the time, there's like a licensed music and then like original music soundtrack, and I can understand what they were trying to do with like the licensed music portion of it, but sometimes like the beat doesn't feel like it fits with like the actions that you're doing on screen, because you know in real songs sometimes you go off tempo for a little bit or whatever, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the video game, it made it really hard for me to like kind of instinctually know when I should be pressing buttons. Did not have that problem at all with Beat Slayer. It's
Told
really
you.
good. Really good. Main character super hot. All of the voice actors in the game are really good at what they do. It's really funny because
Okay.
I know you know who this is, but one of the NPCs, I swear to God, is just Siobhan from Dimension 20,
Hmm.
because it sounds exactly like her, and the character art looks almost exactly like her. And I was like, this is just Siobhan. And I thought it was funny. That would be Adine, by the way, from Fantasy
Oh,
High. In
her
case you
voice is oh, I need to go to sleep. Her voice is pretty like distinctive, so it's
don't.
very. This will teleport me
Here's one
home.
that here's another one that I wanted to show off. Um, Actually, I screenshots genuinely don't do this game justice. Let me see if I can find a quick gameplay video for you.
Well, just send me the cover of it too, just so I have that.
Well, the thing that I send you will likely have the cover as well, but I need this is the trailer
2000.
of the gameplay. Holy crap! Oh yeah, by the way, I played more of the Octopia stuff. Didn't make an enormous amount of progress, but I did sell a bunch of like food, and I wanted to send you a screenshot because in one session of like selling, like in one instance, I got like 15K.
Oh my god.
And this
Wow.
is what I'm talking about, Saba. If you played more efficiently, you'd have all the money in the world. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I was gonna be like, but it's not. That's not as fun. It's not the fun way to
It was
play it.
fun.
Oh, I'm sure. A current, yeah, amassing money, I guess, to you and to a good like
Well, because
quantity
it
of
was like
people
I had
counts as
so
fun.
much money that I could just buy. Because that was the thing, was that like I ended up expanding the two farms, and it has really limited my access
Wood.
um to like wood and stone and
Yeah,
stuff. But at the
I
same
thought so.
time, it's like you don't really need that much wood and stone eventually. It mostly becomes about like the like metal ore and salt at some point, because it becomes less
Hmm.
about building things and more about upgrading them. Anywho, so here's like a gameplay clip. I took the thing at where like the gameplay starts. So as you're like loading that up,
Mm.
it's a once again, it's like a character action game, but the entire game is animated like a like 2010s cartoon, and it's so fluid and great. Like the music is exactly what you would expect from like, once again, early 2010s cartoons and stuff. And I don't know, I just found it wildly charming. So this one made it onto my wish list as well. But it also has a really in-depth combo system, which I did not expect, but was very, very pleasant to see. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
like that
this
a lot.
reminded me of like old cartoons. I remember seeing like, Powerpuff Girl era
Yes,
and style cartoon.
very, very, very much so. And like the main, I don't know how to say this, but I think like the main reason why, in my mind, I snap to 2010s cartoons is that, and I know that this is just, I know that this isn't necessarily something that you should critique because I've listened to a lot of different people tell me why this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Uh, but she does have the bean. The main character and every character pretty much in the whole game has the bean as a head shape. Uh,
Oh, Bean.
and
Okay.
so it's like, and so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, listen, I understand that the bean like makes it easier to like kind of be on model when it comes to like an idle animation, but the game more than makes up for it for like every character just is so dynamic, be like almost too dynamic to be perfectly frank, because it's like while text is popping up on screen, the character will do like a really accentuated like animation of them talking, and it's like, wow, that's incredible, like it's really good. But then the text will finish and they're still doing the animation, and I'm like, okay, you're making me motion sick with how
Yeah.
much the person is moving on screen. um but regardless of that, it's really good. So that's one of the ones where I'm like I said, I put it on the wish list. I'm definitely going to be getting it when it comes out, because not even just the fact that like the game is good, but it's also like right up my alley, and they clearly put so much goddamn work into the game. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's a very kind of iconic kind of art style, but because of the type of art style it is, it clearly it needs work since it's like 2D as well.
Exactly, like because it's like when Skullgirls was coming out, right? Where like a big part of like why people were excited about Skullgirls beyond the characters being hot was the fact that like, yo, it's like all 60 frame per second or 30 frame per second animations, hand drawn, cell by cell, which is incredible, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that was that. This one is definitely not your bag, but I wanted to mention it because
I like my
I actually,
bag.
well, 'cause it's a horror game.
Well, I like some horror games. Not that I would really play it, but
You don't,
what'd you look?
but the
What'd you find?
you do not, but the
Totes like
obviously,
watching horror games but not playing them.
yeah. Okay, there you go. That's much more fair. So I would send you like the title screen for the game or whatever, but sadly, it's not really very indicative of anything. So the long and short, this game is called Mouth Washing, and the premise is so good, like at its core, that I just wanted to share in general. So it's your classic sci-fi horror plot where, hey, horrible soulless company that does not give a shit about you, uh
Nice.
you and a very, sorry, am I supposed to swear on this one?
I don't know. You can, but
Well, no, I mean like, because I always forget whether like, because sometimes like when you're on my stream on Sundays, obviously it's no holds barred, but I always forget, like, am I supposed to be not swearing on your
I
stream?
mean, the less you can, the better.
Okay, I will try my best. Um, so they do not care about you and the crew at all, and the crew is like understaffed and yada yada. and it does this really awesome thing where when an event occurs, like there's the main game and then there's like these segments where you're clearly in someone else's mind going insane, right? So
Mm.
the over under of the demo, and I don't know how much of this is going to translate to like the full game, but like the over under of the demo is that the captain of the ship had to go through several rounds of psychiatric assessment because he was suicidal prior to the mission, right? Prior to departure.
This seems like a great person to
The
send out on
helm
this
of like a
thing.
giant ship, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that the lady that I just sent you in that screenshot,
Mm.
Anya, she is like she's like the perfect example of like corporate corner cutting, where like her role by trade is veterinarian. That's what she went to school for, right? And then she was
Oh, is she
hired
supposed
by
to be
this
the
like
doctor?
well,
Of
so
the
she was
group?
hired by this megacorp, and then the megacorp was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's 1 week of training. Now you're also a therapist.
Oh
Here's
my
another
god.
1 week of training. Now you're also a human nurse, right?" And it's like, holy cow! Like, so she's wearing like a lot of hats that are all like quote unquote medical associated, and so it turns into this. And so like she is the one who does the final assessment for the captain, and she ultimately decides that like yeah he'll probably be fine, right? Well, lo and behold, he is not fine, and he crashes the ship into this like abandoned planet in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Well, obviously middle of nowhere, it's space, but he crashes it onto this ocean planet, but everything is totally fine. Rather like the ship's not sinking, like that's not the problem. What is the problem is that the so he's dead because he crashed it nose first, so the cockpit received the brunt of the damage, right? But the corporation does not care about the status of its crewmates, so the ship has this automatic feature where in order to help minimize physical damage to the ship, it starts foaming all of this stuff around. So
Interesting.
technically, if it wasn't foaming like this, the people could very easily just open up a hatch and leave, and they could leave the planet, right? They could,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but because the ship has this like auto defense feature where it foams up and whatnot, they're all stuck in the ship. Not even desperately, they all seem just kind of like depressed. Like everybody's really low energy, but they're just kind of like, all right, well, we have 6 months worth of food, let's hope that somebody randomly finds us because we know that the company's not going to find us, right? um
Hmm.
and in the demo it like cuts several months ahead, where once again people aren't really doing stupendously, but they're not doing terrible either. But it is definitely getting to the point where it's like, okay, well, we gotta do something here. And it's floated of like, well, we are a cargo ship, we should go into the cargo and see if there's anything in there that can like help us. And obviously there's like, some apprehension at first because that's like a really big no-no from the company, is like, do not interfere. Oh, Saba gonna get it?
Iboog, I did
Saba
get
got
him.
it! Western tiger swallowtail. Oh,
That's
because it
a.
has the tail of a swallow. That's interesting. um
I already got this man. Oh, I offer one of
anyway,
these. Oh,
well,
I'm off to do that.
lovely. So, long story short, sorry, I know I'm kind of doing this long winded. It's revealed that the cargo that they were shipping was mouthwash, a like brand new brand of mouthwash that wanted to have its first ever shipment delivered to this like city planet with like a trillion population or whatever.
Hmm.
So it's enough mouthwash to last 70 million people for 3 years, which means that the five
Mouthwash.
people that are on the 4 people that are on the ship, they can just drink the mouthwash hypothetically. But the problem is, so like the mouthwash has enough sugar content that it will act as food, quote unquote. Like they will get malnourished, but at least they won't like instantly die. but then it also has such a high ethanol content that one of your crewmates immediately starts pounding bottle after bottle because he just wants to get drunk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so like the premise is really interesting because once again I told you that the game is like two halves, like one where it's the real world and then one where it's like Scoozy, and then one where it's like you're clearly in somebody's mind as they're going insane. And it's
Mhm.
like, I don't know, it's really interesting just seeing like these characters slowly going insane and stuff. Um, Anya has like a particularly interesting like character twist, I guess, where normally in a non-stressful situation, she's very sheepish despite being enormously tall. Like she's the tallest member of the crew, but she's like the gentle giant archetype kind of.
Mhm.
But once like rubber hits the road and they really start putting the screws to her, she starts getting like really indignant. Like, well, why didn't you go to college to be a doctor then? And it's well, and it's like, oh, sorry, like, because they're so used to pushing her around and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's like great character dynamics. There was ones for other characters too.
Mhm.
But the main thing that the game has going for it that I think is really interesting is the captain survived, kinda. In fact, you can see him in that screenshot that I sent you.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Yeah, so in the fire of the crash, all of his skin burned off, and he has no lips anymore, no eyelids, and he's in horrible, agonizing pain. But he's also paralyzed, so he cannot like properly talk or do anything. You can
Communicate.
see in the first screenshot that he's missing all of his limbs. Well, most of his limbs, I guess. He's missing his right hand, but his left arm is gone, and his feet are gone and stuff. So obviously he's super not doing well, but they want to keep him alive for two different reasons. One, it was essentially an attempted suicide, right? So the captain left a note behind where it's like, listen, just in case this doesn't instantly kill us all, like I'm hoping that it will, uh, the reason why I'm doing this is because if all of us die by an accident during this trip, all of our families and dependents back home will get a huge insurance payout. And I'm sorry that I'm making this decision for you,
Oh
but
wow.
but in his opinion, it's genuinely the only chance that their families are ever going to be able to get out from underneath the boot of the company that they all work for. And it's like, holy cow, like that's
Shoot.
really
Just kidding.
upsetting. But then the second reason they want to keep them alive is that if they do end up getting rescued, they can. Someone needs to take the blame from corporate for the ship,
Oh, like why did this
crashing,
happen? Yeah.
right? And so the captain tried to do this whole thing where he was trying to make it seem like, oh no, there was a malfunction and we ended up crashing, right? Something that wasn't his fault, but he did it wrong. So it's very clear that he manually set it into a nosedive to crash into the planet. And
Oh,
so
that's
they're like,
unfortunate.
okay, well, we need to keep him alive so he could take the blame for this. Because if he dies, that means that someone else here is going to have to is going to be forced to take the blame. And that person's family is going to be completely obliterated by the company, you know? Because the ship itself plus the shipment that you're transporting is like billions and billions of dollars worth of stuff all going up in flames. So anyway, really long-winded way of describing essentially the entire demo, but I don't know, I was enraptured the whole time and I was like, you know what, wishlist that shit. That was great.
Okay. He does
i
look
had a,
pretty
I had a
amazing.
genuinely great time with it. The next demo I was going to be playing, um, until I saw that you were on and wanted to hang out a little bit. Uh, I There's a game, I don't know if you've heard of it, Saba. Have you heard of Pal World?
No. Yeah. Yes, of course. I couldn't escape
So
from it actually.
same. So the thing that I didn't realize, I guess, was that like, because Pal World is like the most soulless video game ever. Like, it's purely made of cynicism. Um, but the problem, at least in my opinion, the problem is that like it's cynical, it has no creative soul, but unfortunately it's still like a fun game, right?
Yeah.
Well, the same developers were kind of trying to diversify their portfolio, I guess. Like they were trying to make sure that they didn't have all of their ducks or all their eggs in one basket. I was gonna say all their ducks in one basket, and I'm like, that's not the correct
I mean,
phrase.
you know,
I mean, I guess it
I still
kind of
understand.
all of your duck eggs in one basket. So in order to make sure that they didn't have all of their eggs in one basket, they have this other game that's coming out relatively soon, apparently, called Nevergrave, which is like, it is the most obvious like Hollow Knight ripoff I have seen in a really long time. It has like the same basic art style, like very simplistic enemy design. A lot of the enemies like have the exact same animation cycle as Hollow Knight enemies and stuff. There's even a boss that they show in the trailer that's essentially just one of the like more famous Hollow Knight bosses, but with a coat of paint on top of it.
Yeah.
But surprise, surprise, Hollow Knight's really good. So apparently the Nevergrave demo is excellent. And so you know how like once again, it should be noted, Pal World is not Pokemon with guns. It's Ark Survival Evolved, but with Pokemon with guns. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not actually a Pokemon game, it's a survival game that just so happens to have a buddy monster system. Nevergrave has something similar, where it's like, okay, this is Hollow Knight, but your character's special ability is that when you take lethal damage or after a certain like amount of damage that you deal in combat, because your character is not the girl that's like, you know, on all of the artwork and stuff. Your character is technically the hat that you're wearing. And so
I think I played the demo for this game. It's the hat.
Then how did you not know the name of the whole thing?
The name. All I remember about this game is that it just didn't work for me, because as soon as it's like, you know, use a controller, and then I used a controller and it was wigging out on me. Like it like was freaking, like it would not stop moving, and it exited.
I can understand that, because apparently Nevergrave has been the third most updated game for the Next Fest up to now.
Yeah. Like it's like they did update it, and it still didn't work with like the controller, but I managed to at least try it a little bit with like keyboard and mouse.
Okay, well, so there you go. Once again, I didn't really get to play this yet because I came here instead. But you get the over/under. The main draw of the game, I guess, like the main gimmick that it has that differentiates it from just Hollow Knight itself, is that as the little hat, you can take control of an enemy, and you get the enemy's entire moveset, and it's like, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say
like,
it's quite interesting. I guess at least for the thing where it's like, yes, because you see in the image, right? Because it's like it's like a girl that's like running around doing stuff. It's like, sure, yeah, but it's actually just her dead corpse you're like moving around, and I'm just like,
it's
okay.
like it's her dead corpse that the hat, like, apparently the hat killed her, or at least the person who previously like wore the hat killed her, and so the hat just keeps her corpse in its like pocket dimension that's inside the hat.
Like it just,
and that's
like,
why when you respawn, the hat is just on the altar, and then you come out of the hat, and it's like, actually it's really fucked up, but at least it's not fucked up in the same way that like Pal World is. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where it's like, Pal World obviously made $18 bazillion in a month, so it's like, I'm sure that Pocket Pair is not suffering at the moment. But it is kind of interesting that they were like, all right, if Pal World doesn't work, we're gonna try fake Hollow Knight.
I mean, on one hand, it's like, okay, it does require skill to like make a copy of like a thing that's like good in of itself, because like you're still making the game from scratch, but the idea is just not original. So clearly they've got talent in like making stuff. It's
Well,
just they've decided to
yeah,
do
yeah.
like remake things that already exist that other, it's like, they're just copying.
Well, that's why I say that that's why I say like Power World is the most cynical game to have come out in a really long time. Where, well, that's not true because obviously you have stuff like Anthem, but like Power World only exists, and they have interviews confirming this, but like Power World only exists because it's like they sat down and they were like, okay, what's really popular right now? Oh, Ark Survival Evolved is popular, and back then when they started development, it was like, oh, despite the fact that it's garbage, Pokemon Sword and Shield sold 18 trillion, or no, sorry, Legends Arceus sold 18 trillion copies. So let's do a survival game, but with Pokemon. And then that's when they started, development and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously, I would prefer for them to have, like, their own idea. Because, like, there's this other game that was on Kickstarter that made a bunch of money, which I know Hollow Knight was also a Kickstarter game, but like there was this other one which I want to say was like called Grimcrow or something like that, where the idea was that you're playing as like a plague doctor going through essentially just a Hollow Knight clone, but the game has enough to differentiate it from Hollow Knight to be like, okay, this is like a unique concept and it's more grim in tone, because Hollow Knight is like more somber than like spooky, whereas Grimcrow or whatever it's called is a lot more just like kind of horror inspired and whatnot. Whereas Nevergrave is like, no, this is just Hollow Knight, to the point where like several of the levels in the demo are apparently just exactly the same level layout as in Hollow Knight, but with like an extra platform here or there, and it's like, okay. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree, because it's like, I might chagrin this particular game and like this particular company, because it's like, okay, well, I'm glad to see that original ideas are dead. But at the same time, like, I haven't finished a video game, and I can't really blame them,
Yeah. It's hard, because it's like if they were doing original video games, they could probably, like, in terms of integrity, right? They'd be probably pretty good.
I mean, right? I almost want to disagree just on principle, because it's like, yeah, their integrity would go up, and like the respect, I guess, from the niche public would go up for the company. But at the same time, like, I very much think that one of the reasons, like, once again, the reason why Power World did as well as it has done so far is purely because of its cynicism. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like more than 50% of its sales are
it's
because
kind of gimmicky,
Pokemon
right?
fans. Well, because like I was saying, like, I think more than 50% of its sales come from the fact that like Pokemon fans are kind of just tired of like subpar Pokemon games. And suddenly here comes this one where it's like, I can shoot Electabuzz with a machine gun? Okay. And then the zeitgeist took it away, and it's like, okay.
Well, in that case, would it be something where it's like they're actually taking, I guess this would make them, air quotes, smart, where it's like they're taking advantage of that fact, right? That people are tired of
and
it.
I don't disagree with that. And this is why, like, the last time I talked about this on stream, I brought up Torchlight and Torchlight 2, because those are Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 were both very good games. Diablo 2 is probably the best ARPG like ever. But the development for Diablo 3 was taking so goddamn long that one of the one of the original designers of Diablo 2 founded a separate company, designed and made all of Torchlight 1, and then made a sequel that was even better called Torchlight 2 to take advantage of the exceptionally long and disappointing development cycle of Diablo 3. And like, you know, they did pretty well for themselves, and because they took advantage of the fact that there was like a gap in the market at the time. But then guess what? Diablo 3 came out, was bad by comparison to Diablo 2, but still was like the most profitable Blizzard game ever, including World of Warcraft. So it's like, hot damn. It's like, you know, so I don't know. I guess that's what I mean to say, where it's like, I don't implicitly deride when somebody notices a gap in the market space and takes advantage of it. I just like prefer for them to do so with, once again, with integrity, I guess.
I can't. I am mashing so hard.
Saba's very bad at the video game.
Hey, the people on my team also ran out of energy. Oh my god. Maybe I should practice.
It just seems like your team was bad.
Yeah, maybe I don't know how to. Maybe there has to be like some kind of moves. Okay. Oh god. So pulling power. Am I supposed to?
There's that. Was there anything else we're talking about? There was Throne of Bone, which was kind of fun. It was a auto battler similar to, you know, fucking.
What's happening?
What's it called? Similar to like Teamfight Tactics and stuff like that. It's just an auto battler, but the gimmick is that all of the minion types are like zombies and skeletons and like reapers and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, that's like kind of fun, and I had a good time with it. Oh, pull with them when they tug, I guess.
That's the thing, because I did practice, and it's like, is that a thing? Because all it's showing me is like pressing X, right? So it's like, what am I doing wrong?
It looks like it's telling you to mash, but then your team runs out of energy so goddamn quickly.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Am I supposed to be on the same level of energy as them?
Maybe.
Because look, they're just going down.
And your pulling power is going down by a lot.
What's happening, Zack?
I don't know. I don't play this garbage game. Alright, that's not fair. This game is very good. It's just...
So my other teammates...
Did they really not explain this in... Did they really not explain
this in...
I
think I understand. So the thing down there isn't me pressing on it. That's like the power... That's like how much power our team currently has. Okay, wait. I'm figuring this out. Give me a second.
It seems like you didn't.
No. I know. Because I think I was on practice. So anyway, so it doesn't... I think I have to pull along with that.
I got one more demo to talk about before I go back to my demos and leave you to your Coral Island. There was a game that kind of like took Twitch by storm a little while ago. Excuse me. I want to say it was called like Darker and Darker or something like that. Do you know what a first-person escape shooter is?
I don't think so.
Extraction shooter.
Not
Does this ring a bell at all?
No. I know like what shooters are.
Well,
the extraction part.
Well, you're mashing, so I'll just take the conversation. But yes, so the there's this game called Tarkov, which kind of like popularized the genre. Okay, so if you're familiar with Tarkov, that's an extraction shooter, where the idea is that it's technically a battle royale, but the premise is not that you're there to kill everybody and then just like rinse and repeat. the idea is that you're supposed to go, you're supposed to be deployed into a region, get as much get like better equipment and resources than you have presently, and then hopefully extract before like something bad happens to you, right? But before like either you die or whatever. So that game was gaining popularity, but then apparently the publisher that was publishing the game tried to like steal the game from the developers. And so the developers essentially had to choose, like, do we want to let the publisher steal the game where we will literally never make another dime off of it forever? Or do we want to essentially cancel the game, cancel our contract with the publisher, take the money that we already earned from its very successful like beta and convert it into a different game? So they ended up obviously going with option 2, and to my understanding, the new game, like their secondary one, is called Dungeonborn. It's essentially the same game as Darker and Darker, but it has like a more, how do I put this? It has more emphasis on like magic, I guess, than the original Darker and Darker, because the original Darker and Darker was very much a like low fantasy setting where everybody was like a rogue and an archer and a warrior and stuff like that. I want to say like the main spell casting class in Darker and Darker was the cleric. Saba, this is
I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm trying.
You need to look into how to do this rather than just doing the
I'm gonna
exact
look it up.
same
I
thing
thought
for
I
the
got
40th
it, but
time.
it's like I don't know if you saw. Like I thought I was doing it perfectly fine, and then the other team, like they went full like pull mode, and I was like, how is that even possible? I don't understand what's happening. So I will look it up now because that was.
I'm fairly confident that you just don't know how it works, sadly, and that's okay because obviously it's like new, but that's fine. So anyway, long and short of Dungeonborn, the only thing about Dungeonborn that I didn't really like, well, I guess there's two things, was that it did ask for a lot of permissions when I installed it and played it for the first time. Like it was asking for permission to connect to the internet, which makes sense because it's like a multiplayer game, right? So like that makes sense. But then it was asking for permission to access like some of the back end data from my Steam account, and apparently like no private info, but just like some statistical information, because apparently there are certain like extremely, yes, Saba.
I'm reading someone's comment, and this person just like went, like is so frustrated with this, and the end of this like paragraph is just I have lost my mind.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
I may have to give up. I feel like this will grind me crazy. I'll do one more, but that's it.
Why on earth would you do one more? It's very obvious that this is not working. Am I insane? Like, am I insane because I don't understand? I mean, it's fine. So anyway, long story short, Dungeonborn has much more focus on like magic and stuff like that. You have like a dedicated pyromancer and cryomancer, and like you get skills like even as like the warrior, which is like a strictly non. See, that's crazy because your pulling power was really high and they were still kicking your ass. So I don't really understand.
Yeah. Although, next time I'll figure it out. Whatever. I will say you weren't here when I because there was like in the previous event there was like a bull riding thing, right? Where it was just like quick pressing. So I didn't know who the top score was. And I went on, and it was for like seconds, right? So the amount of time you're doing it. I got to 200 plus seconds, and then I was like, okay, I've gotten tired of this, so I got off. It turns out like the highest score was like 70 seconds, and I was like, God, I should have stopped like a long time ago instead of going.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, so continue now.
No, I'm just wrapping up my thoughts on Dungeonborn because I won't lie, the game looked really good. Like it had a really great art style, but the game is very obviously only balanced around the idea of you playing with a full team of friends, because like I started doing a solo. Okay,
Oh, I
great. Good
see.
job, Saba. You're doing real swell.
I'm
There you
figuring it
go.
out, okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna work out well for you. So I go to play solo because I was like, well, obviously no one else I know is playing Dungeonborn right now. So like I'm just gonna load up solo as like a pyromancer or something. And the game straight up goes like, are you sure? This game is very hard if you're playing with less than 4 people. Are you sure you want to do this? And I'm like, well, I don't really have another option. So I went to the quick team menu to do a thing where it's just like, obviously, once again, I have nobody on my friends list that's playing this, so it's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I want to say I cycled through like 30 teams, where as soon as the team saw that I was a level 1 pyromancer with 0 out of 0 games played, or 0 out of 0 games won lost ratio, they immediately booted me from their team. And I was like, okay, great. So I literally can't do anything right now. That's fantastic. So I did end up playing solo. And at first, there was like, I loaded in and I heard like a skeleton down the hallway, right? So I was like, okay, I'll
Mm.
go and kill the skeleton. I assumed that a skeleton, considering I saw one so early, would be like a basic enemy type that wasn't that hard to kill. To give you context, the pyromancer is described as a AoE burst damage mage, right? Because obviously it's fire. Um, oh, is she gonna do it? Is Saba gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it!
I don't think so. I think Saba's gonna lose.
I got third!
Nice, you did it.
I got something.
Um,
That's all I wanted, okay? I'm not loser
Hey, you
place,
got
okay?
silver and bronze kelp. I'm sure that's really useful.
It is pretty good.
So to give you context, once again, described as a burst damage AoE mage, right, as opposed to the cryomancer, which is like single target burst damage. My basic fireball, which is like the default ability that you have as the pyromancer, when fully charged, dealt 75 damage to the target and 50 damage to anything that was within a radius around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The skeleton, like your basic ass skeleton, had 600 HP.
Whoa, dude. That's
So you can do like some quick maths in your head or whatever, but I fucking spent, sorry, swearing. I spent like a solid 15 minutes just like recasting the same fireball over and over. And it's like, yeah, no wonder this game expects you to be like a full team, because you're supposed to have like a DPS, an AoE, and then like somebody to debuff these goddamn enemies. Because that's what debuffs do in this game. They don't like lower an enemy's defense or something like that. They increase the amount of damage that they take. That's what the debuff does. So like if I had a cleric on my team to debuff the skeleton, instead of my fully charged fireball dealing 75 damage, apparently it goes all the way up to 300.
Wow.
Which, once again, remember that the skeleton has 600 HP. So instead of doing 15 minutes of 75 damage fireballs, it would have been 2 fireballs and it would be dead. But anywho, so like I'm doing that, struggling to fight the single skeleton, right? And the skeleton the entire time is like slowly making its way up to me to stab me. Hey, look, a mermaid. Slowly making its way up to me to like stab me in the throat. And as I'm backing up, I'm triggering more skeletons, to the point where at one point there was like 7 of them slowly shuffling towards me like a freaking marimba. They were all just like coming up to me. And so at one point I was like, okay, well, I gotta just turn and run. So I guess I'm gonna do that. So I ran into a room, which I thought was like a short little room. No, it turns out it was this giant altar with a giant flying beholder in it, or like taco demon. It was just like a floating eyeball with a mouth. And it started coming at me, shooting me. but no matter how like I couldn't dodge it because the beams that or like the projectiles that it shot auto tracked my character around corners. Like if I went around a
Ooh.
corner to try to dodge the attack, it would just change its trajectory to go around the corner to hit me. And so now I'm fighting like at this point I was fighting 7 skeletons, 3 scarabs, 2 giant mosquitoes, and this like caco demon thing. And then I just die and it's like, okay, great. Start with the new character. The default character that you started off with had 9 healing potions, 9 mana potions, 9 bandages to stop yourself from bleeding, basic starting equipment so that way you could use your abilities and stuff. And it's like, okay, here you go, get into the game, right? Except when you die, the new character they give you has none of that. They're literally just wearing like rags, which give you no defense. You have no access to your basic abilities. And I'm like, what the heck is this game? Like,
Yeah.
why? I once again, I understand. Like, okay, the game is clearly designed to be played with like multiple people, like a party. But are you really? The game cannot function solo? Like, am I insane? God, I thought I was going like cuckoo bananas. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I ended up just uninstalling it and being like, yeah, this is clearly just not for me.
Man, yeah. When something's like that tough, it's just kind of like, eh.
Because once
Not
again,
for me.
clearly just not designed for me. And that's totally fine. Like not every video game needs to be, you know, for single player Andes, but at the same time, like, really? 600 health?
Like it just feels crazy. Like it feels like the start point is way higher than expected.
Once again, even if I had one extra person, but even then, if that one extra person apparently wasn't the cleric or a cryomancer, which are the 2 debuff classes, apparently it would have been the exact same story. Because like I saw videos of people online playing the warrior. Oh,
Hello, Mike.
it's the Mike guy. Uh but like I saw videos of people playing Dungeonborn online with like as the warrior class, and it's people saying the exact same thing as me, where it's like, you know, they're walking up to a skeleton, slashing at it, and they're like, "How much health could it possibly have? You have no skin."
Tell us the word of the day, Zack.
Absolve. Noun. To free someone from a responsibility or commitment, or from the consequences of guilt.
Well,
Absolve.
very nice.
Movie. All right. I'm gonna bounce. Obviously, I've been fucking yammering for like an hour and a half at this point or whatever. There's a couple more demos that I'm obviously very excited to get to. I don't know. Like, it feels weird because I feel like all the ones that I told you about today are the ones that I'm like particularly interested in. Whereas, like, the ones that I didn't tell you about so far are the ones where I'm like, yeah, it's just kind of cool. You know?
Yeah. Well, next time we like you, so you're gonna go finish that, and then next time we chat, I can like tell you about the games I played.
Yeah, the ones that
It's
you
not
played
too
and stuff.
many. And
I'm
like I already kind of
assuming
talked about
they're
one of
all visual novel
them.
slash
No,
farm.
actually, none of these were visual novels.
Every single one of them. I can't wait
Out
for
here.
Sava to tell me about the demos that she played, and then it's like, it's a farming sim but with guns, and she's gonna be like, no.
Farming some but
Oh,
with
it's
gun.
a farming
Definitely
sim.
not
It's
that.
a farming sim but a roguelike. Got it. And no.
That's a little more plausible.
All right.
Definitely not with
Well, ciao
guns.
ciao Saba. Have a good
Later.
rest of your stream.
Laters.
Bye bye.
Well, you guys just got Zach's what is it? Um list of games he's played. I think I talked about mine with everyone already. So yeah. Absolve. It's a noun? Not a verb. I'm a little confused actually how that works. I have enough silver now to do something with it. I'm gonna have to start getting coal. There we go. I have some things I'm gonna have to... Ooh, there is my well. Now we're back to peace and quiet. Zack brings a ton of energy here. I was actually very surprised. I didn't realize that he was gonna join me. But it was cool hearing about some of the games. Luckily for me, I guess, he usually brings, like, some... What is it? Like, more information about the games than, like, I would probably know. It's the same thing with, like, the possessed hat game. Like, I did not know that that was by the same developers as Palworld, so it's good to know. Yeah, I don't really remember if I had left anything out from the games I played. I should try fishing. Oh, I should probably go back into the mines and get, like, further down. Didn't we just beach clean up? Why is there already trash here? Bad trash. There we go. Yeah, so I think I already talked about all of the games that I played. Most of them were management. One was about a coffee version of Overcooked. One was like a cooking defense tower game. When I think I already... Yeah, I think I talked about everything else. It's closed. Is this open? So yeah, overall, like, some of them were, like, really cute. But, like, most of this was less, I think, in my area of gameplay. There was a bunch of other games that I think were other categories that I was like, okay. Not my type, but go them. I think it's been pretty funny too because I don't have any filters on my on Steam because, like, that's a lot of effort to put on those filters, and plus, like, for the most part I don't see, like, NSFW, you know, content. But, you know, when Next Fest does come around, because this time I just went and I did, I just scrolled through the list. There was so many things. It's just interesting to see how horny people are. So that was pretty fun. Oh my god, I just got a catfish? And I can offer this bad boy? Yeah. Only they are closed on Sundays. And I could have just teleported all the way to the shrine, but I wasn't smart, so no thank you. Back to the game. Freshwater fish. Rainbow, silver, ooh, arowana. Koi. Don't go acting all coy with me. Ha 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 ha. Koi are very fun. I need to sell. I did it again. When will I cease causing so many problems? There we are. Actually, it'd be probably better if I did this closer. Bronze, but I really do want to just go down the silver shaft. I'll just dump myself in the middle somewhere. Any iron? Yes, next to this one guy. I'm surprised you don't really find many things in the boxes here. There doesn't appear to be anything else, so I think I'm just gonna go down. Okay, well, you know, the times where I essentially kind of don't need to find things instantaneously, well, I guess there's nothing here. Yo, I am strong enough to just dash into, like, barrels and boxes. It's pretty unfortunate. I don't... Go to level 10. I wonder if it has the same amount of floors as this mine shaft. Oh, that has a geode in it. I may as well grab that. Let me through. Hello. Come on. Some of these rocks look tiny too, so it's just kind of like, how are you stopping me? Please just let me go. It's a long way to here. Not even... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I was like, not even one... Ooh. Actually, that was just a gem. I'd rather save my energy for getting down the other shaft, so maybe I should just go back. I did gather some. Normally, man, I still really just love the what is it? The old Harvest Moon's mines were just fantastic. Like, so it was one mine. So you're not going in, like, places like this. And depending on how far down you went, like, certain... And I think it went to, like, 100 levels. But, like, levels, like, 20 to, like, 30 or something, you started to get, like, ores. And, like, all kinds of ores. And then if you went further down to like 60, 70 or something, then that's when you would get like a lot of gems. I really like that. And you would get down via like so there was X's on the ground, and what the X meant is that either it was a pitfall or a geyser. And if you got a pitfall, then you could have like dropped down between like 1 to maybe 5 stories. And that's how you really, you know, expedited the process of getting down the mines. But even then, it's like, oh, if you did that, the chance of like finding, because there was 3 different qualities of stuff. Now I don't know whether or not they do that here, but there was 3 different qualities of at least the... Actually, I think there was 3 different qualities of, like, all of the ores, but, like, once you refined, like, the basic, like, iron and steel, those would just all become, like, neutral. It would just become the resource you're looking for. But depending on the level of, like, shininess, I guess, to the stone when it came to the gems, it would be actually different stones. So like more rare gems would come from the more rare, like shiny stones. I like that. This isn't bad having to differentiate between like areas, though I definitely wish it would be more certain that I would find things that I was looking for. Like, this is doing a relatively good job, at least maybe giving me 2 as I go around. Torch. Oh, nice. I think now I'm just aiming to go down. Got it. Well, now that I got it, I should probably go. Maybe I could spend... I think that's the one thing. I don't particularly mind the mechanic of, like, hunger being, like, you know, present in these games. But, dang, I definitely like the idea of focusing a little more on, like, the food aspect. Hello. So many people in here. I want to go more underwater and do underwater stuff. So. Get me back to the thing and... Oh, can I just teleport straight underwater? So, okay. This will teleport me instantaneously underwater, but it won't move the anchor. So I have to get back to where I was. Oh, this is a gnarly jelly! It's gnarly. Look at those guys floating. Oh, did this place open up? My inventory's full. Shoot. Pressing all the wrong things here. Let's just move it here. I need to go back home just to at least get rid of some of this stuff. I didn't realize I grabbed so many things. I will still have time to come back and dive more. Oh, I can offer that. Heck. Okay, let's I got one, you know. Offering something is probably more worth it, at least in my mind, than donating it. Because there's so many things to account for the donations. Let's go down. I don't know if resetting the location would just take me all the way to the top, but no thank you. So this is another of like the fast ways. So it probably won't do me any good to actually do anything there. So let's reset myself and take myself back down there. So I did start this area. This should move as soon as I get close to these, if it's like out in the open. Ah! Okay, we have a lot of area to cover. I need to just slowly make my way. They were close today, that's why I couldn't do anything with the coffers. Okay. As the thing does reset, okay, I was like, I might as well get a little bit left. Okay! How long have I been going? Just like chilling, having a good time. Let's go for like another 30 minutes and then we should probably get off. Or I think my mental faculties will slowly start draining from me. I found that my sweet spot's between like 2 hours to 3 hours. Oh, I need to donate you. Okay. I've got time to go donate this little guy. This little guy of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let him shine. That was I think a song I used to sing in like school or something. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. I think like there was a note in between there that I think I don't remember. But I don't know if anyone remembers doing that, but okay, time to go to sleep. I think this means like one more day. One more day, and then we shall depart, you and I. So it'll be cool. So I can bring my swimsuit next time we go to that event. I'm sorry, Bobby? Okay, who are you? Oh, it's fall. Let's see. Oh, this is like a... Oh, this is like a... What is it? Like a harvest festival time. I've literally only been here for like a year. Luca Bay and Surly Town with her. No. I'm sorry to tell you this. No, I've only been here for a short amount of time. Wow, what a douchebag. Okay. Why is the... Does hot pepper stick around? Do I have any... So far, I'm... Hold on. No, we need... It doesn't give me any information about the product, which is unfortunate. Yeah, Bobby. Okay, sorry. One more time. We managed to get a lot of stuff to eat. I didn't realize when that happened. Okay, what else is new here? Am I tripping? Gotta put on my fall clothes. I don't think I have any. Ow! What was that? Why did my hand just break on me? I don't mind not having double. Do that. Chance to mine double ores. Ooh, chance. That's a 10%. Finding geodes. I don't know how much I like finding geodes. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. That's a 10%. Mining double ores would be good for me right now. Nope. Foraging. Nice. Chance to forage better quality items. So quality over quantity here. I don't mind watering things, that's fine. But catching. No. Always better quality in my eyes right here. I guess I should have checked the calendar. I guess hot peppers are still good to go. Okay. So they want flowers. Now I don't really have to worry about watering anything. What am I doing in here? I'm, for now. So I will be changing this out. I like that. That's pretty good. I remember there being like a sweater I can wear. Oh, I get so excited when it comes to like fashionable things. So exciting. Okay, whatever. What's this like kazoo? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look this up. I'm glad someone. Okay, it sounds like it's someone's boat. Thank goodness I'm not going insane. So many things I'm on. Okay. We're gonna see if we can get an orchid. Oh look, she's not. She's got like actual clothing on. No, the other stuff is actual clothing, but it's like way lighter. I'm very blue right now, so I'm off to try to like see if I can find any plants. So now that we're in fall. Yo, this is a cool fit. I literally have not done anything, but you're very sweet in insinuating that I have. I caught one still. Got him. Okay, sorry, dude. My goal right now is to find the plants and take the plants. Wahahaha. There's a couple of people here. Sir, you should still eat your vegetables. Okay, why does it matter when summer is? Okay, I may be spending a lot of money now, but my seeds come first. Damn, he's looking pretty chipper. Okay, okay, first of all, I need... Oh, I have pumpkin seeds, so I don't have to do that. Okay, 8. 8. And I know... May as well do that. And I need 2 flowers, so that'll cover that. I think that's about it. Thank you, my good sir. Honestly, that's a lot. I don't even freaking know what's happening with my peppers. Spicy. Let me look up spicy pepper. It's called hot pepper. Oh, it's a 2-season. Okay, so that'll keep on going. Cool. Okay. It's a liar, I guess, a little bit, but they only sell it like now. This boutique does not have a sign. It's almost there. I think it's super cute that there's like outdoor animals. I am here for my fashion change. So, nothing of these. I don't... Banana. It's cute. There's not too many, like, long sleeve stuff. That's what I own. Because I own one of these, right? Because I feel almost too brown with this. This is also kind of cool. But I also... Maybe I gotta go green. Double green looks pretty good. The black also looks nice. I'm gonna be selling a lot. This is gonna cost me a lot. Any other nice cute shirts? kind of long sleeve. It's pretty nice. I do this. And so I will have, you know, at least one thing that's I have some money, you know, just in case. Plus, like, let's keep the black to winter time. Because it's like I may have to switch out, like... So let's go back to the house. So I still have those shoes. Okay. Now this will work. So that's one. Oh, I have pumpkins too. Let me go grab the pumpkins. How they decide, like, what's... Oh, okay, no, I have the amaranth too is also... So I was gonna be like, do I have space for one more? Here we go. I may have to make more, but for now... And baby... I will say I may have to change the shoes, I know. Ooh, gold! Like, oh man, you're telling me I can't just hold on to this genie lamp? I still love so much that everyone makes the same joke when it comes to, like lamps that look like this. Everyone's rubbed it. Nothing's come out of it. It's shiny on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get a reward. Fish. Frick, man! Apparently I missed one. Fish tacos. Take me back up there, please. Can't believe it. I'm gonna have to go back and probably do maybe this all over again. Oh, it's pretty good. What is it I wanted? There's some people I just don't, like, see at all. I like that most people I've I've already gotten like a heart with. There's only like 1 or 2 that I haven't. Diddly did ding a bob. Oh, she's freaking out. You got this. Woohoo, that's my supportive. Ooh, the fashion costs so much. Well, there are like just some random stuff here. See, like this is too much. I don't. Ow! I hurt myself. There we go. It's enough of a color distinction that my brain's like, yeah, this works. Correct. This moth definitely has to fly in my direction in order for me to be able to get it. Oh, shoot. Well, you know. What light? Why is everyone just suddenly ill? I'll look at my... Here we are. Let's track that too. I still really haven't even found... Maybe I need to chop down more trees. But I still haven't even found... There we are. So this is a full outfit. That's pretty cute. This is like my summer outfit. I don't have the swimsuits, but I don't need the swimsuits anymore at the moment. I'm gonna go chop down some trees. Because... Where is it? Farming... Can't tell what these are. Yes, it should be in here. Should be fertilizer. This sprinkler attachment has literally done nothing. I think I can make a few more. Okay, how do I get compost? Because burn trash. I think this is enough trash. Let's see if there's anything kind of over here. Trying to see if I can see any flowers. So I planted a bunch of... Okay, this was a guy I already caught. I'm gonna have to check. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go here and launch myself back here. It may be a bit late, actually. I think it's late. But let's take a look at this. Let's see if I planted everything they wanted. That's just something I think I have to find. I did not see a fig, and I planted all of these. I think I just have to keep my eye out, because I didn't see any of these as, like, stuff to buy. Oh, that's cute. Someone walked into here. He's chilling out. He's having a deep talk. We still haven't really talked about books. Is there any way I can help with that? Okay, well, I told myself I'm gonna go underwater, so I should still probably do that. Gosh. She's very direct. She's not exactly rude. Sometimes she is rude. Sometimes she's just like, buzz off. Cut him off. No one. I'm not gonna be able to see where this sound is coming from. He agrees with me. Okay. I have like full health. Honestly, the coffers are actually such a big headache. There's so many of them. Shooby-doo. I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you. Talk like you. Things we can offer. Yes. It's nice that it just progressively... That looks like a starfish I can capture. One of those weird guys. No, I was like, it's not lighting up. I appreciate you telling me it's blocked. I'm getting there, okay? I did uncover like most of that stuff, so we should probably be fine. just need to make sure I leave with enough time. Oh no, it's actually stuck. What are you stuck on? Okay, we need to leave. Because I still need to pick up that compost, and I'm going to need to, and fertilize my plants. Is it literally? I can't. I have to go. It's gonna drive me insane. Well, you know, it may not actually be all that bad. Let's go. This will just take a second. Let's go offer whatever it is we just got. Donated. Okay, and the rest is donations. Which we can also really quickly do, because I'm getting off after this, so. Oh, it's interesting that I actually haven't given them a moth. Okay, we're good now. I'm so happy that they let you... You don't have to take things out in order to craft. I wish they did the same thing with, the, oh. Just gonna dump this in here. With the, I can keep the red admiral, I don't care. Okay! Oh, that was pleasant. Julio. Didn't get that much, but it was enough. We have saved. Game is saved. Okay. Super cool, y'all. See, now I'm starting to sound like that honking, whatever it is. Okay. Music to say goodbye to. Great, have a good rest of the day. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Or hanging out with me. Just putting me on in the background. I don't care what you do. As long as, you know, you had a good time. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.